Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you for watching this first new video of the new year. Today I am going to be talking about my favorites from 2020. Now this can be anything from film to TV shows to books to music, although if you keep up with me at all, you already know the music is pretty much just gonna consist of Taylor Swift. I'm going to start with is TV. Okay, so I have my favorite show of 2020, which was Lock and Key. Oh my gosh, the show was such a good show. 10,000% recommend this show. It's hard to explain without spoiling it, but there is these magical keys that these kids find in their father's childhood home when they move back to the Northeast. And these magical keys start kind of unraveling things in their life. They start using them for mischief, normal kid things. And it follows around these three siblings, and I'm doing a horrible job of explaining it, but definitely go check it out. It's on Netflix and it is mind-blowingly good. Second is actually a series I haven't finished yet, but I really am enjoying so far, and it's called Dash and Lily's. It is so cute, y'all. It made my Christmas dreams come true. They feature my favorite pizzeria in New York, which is where I used to go when I lived in New York for the short period I did in summer of 2018. The pizzeria right around the corner from me was Two Boots Pizza, and they have Two Boots Pizza in there. And my favorite bookstore, well, one of them in the world, is the Strand. And of course, it has the iconic Strand. So if you're just feeling for some nostalgia, if you had that experience in New York where you ate Two Boots Pizza and you will love the Strand, then that's the show for you. If not, it may not be, but I just really needed those vibes in my life this Christmas season. Okay, so movies that I loved this year. Number one should be no surprise to anybody because it was fan-freaking-tastic. Enola Holmes. It's so good, like, I can't even get into how good it was. Is there some things that are like questionable about it, like the conversation about corsets? Of course, but I loved it. It like almost made my Nancy Drew childhood dreams come true. Of course, it wasn't Nancy Drew, it was Enola Holmes, but so much fun. I need to read this book series. I loved it, y'all. It's so good. So good. Oh my gosh, Ready or Not. I don't know if it actually came out this year or if it came out last year, but Ready or Not, dark comedy that is about this bride who marries into this family that plays these games, and essentially the bride is who they try to murder. And that's how like this ritualistic family thing goes. I don't want to ruin any of the suspense for you, but it was so great. Also, her wedding dress was gorgeous. I love it. The cinematography was really fun. It was kind of comical, and at the end, you had this like great yeah feeling, or at least I did. Maybe I'm just a little morbid, but such a great movie. Had so much fun. Watched it with one of my best friends, and I would watch it again. The next is on Disney Plus, and oh my goodness, you guys, I loved the Long Pond Studio sessions of Folklore. Oh, I love them so much. Okay, I sometimes just turn it on because I love those versions of the songs. I loved hearing the history about the songs. I loved hearing about the trio. Like, just I loved the experience. I almost felt like I was there in a cabin in New York with them. Ugh, I would just love to be in a cabin in New York, reading a book and listening to Folklore. Like, it just sounds like a fantastic time. So for books, I have quite a few books on this list, and my first one is actually a book that did not come out this year, but that I loved all the same. I've heard so many fantastic things about it over the years, and I decided I really wanted to read this book. I did not expect to like it, I'm going to be honest with you, but it's so good. And it is called The Alchemist. I loved The Alchemist. It was fantastic. It was a beautifully written book. Oh gosh, what can I say about it that won't spoil it for y'all? But I just have to say, go read it. Please go read it. This book is a life-changing book. I understand what all the hype is about now. The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Oh my goodness, I loved this book too. Okay, I didn't do exactly what I was supposed to do with it, and actually I've got a little fun thing coming up for the Artist's Way end of February. So I'm actually going to be doing a video series on it. I'm actually filming the first episode today. So you may think, why is it coming out in February? because I batched all my upcoming videos so that I'd make sure to get y'all videos every single week. But The Artist's Way is a really fun, creative book about unlocking your inner artist and stopping all the blocks that you normally have when you are writing a story. The next is my favorite romance book of this year. I loved it, you guys. It was so much fun. It's called Beach Read by Emily Henry, and my mind is blown at how good this book was. I was not expecting to like it that much. Again, it was a book of the month book, and I was like, it looks okay. But then I read it, and I was like, this might possibly be my favorite adult romance ever read. It is so much fun. It is very heartbreaking. It's very relatable. Just, you guys go read it, especially like this spring if you're looking for a fun romance to read or a beach read, no pun intended. Please check this one out. It's so good. Again, I'm in love. Another book I read this year for the first time, but it did not come out this year, is The Great Gatsby. But I enjoyed it so much, and then I watched a bunch of like literary analysis on it, and it's got so much beautiful like little things in the book. The Great Gatsby is a book that I think everyone should read. It's extremely short. Like, I read it in a very short period of time. Loved it. Have to recommend it. Consider This by Chuck Palahniuk. I could be saying his name wrong. Maybe I just shouldn't say people's names because I feel like I butcher them. It is a book on writing. The subtitle is Consider This: Moments After Writing When Everything Was Different. And I love this book. I'm, again, doing a video series on it, so keep tuned for that in the coming weeks. It's so good. I love this book. It's very unconventional, I guess you could say, which he's a pretty unconventional dude anyway. He wrote Fight Club and Guts. I've never read Guts, but I read Fight Club. It was not my cup of tea, but his book on writing is absolutely great. And I will say his book, Fight Club, is enthralling, if nothing else, even if you don't necessarily enjoy it. Our music favorites this year, oh gosh, y'all already know. Y'all already know. Of course, Folklore was one of my favorites, particularly the song of the One and Peace. Anything by Adele, as usual. Duh. I love it. Evermore just came out like a week ago when I'm filming this video, so if you're wondering why Wonder Woman and all that is not on this video, it was 2 weeks before December end. Evermore. Okay, so Evermore, my favorite songs on it currently are Marjorie. I love Marjorie. My other favorite is Champagne Problems. Like, such a bop.
Yeah, that pretty much.
One of the most iconic I've ever read. Highly recommend. Gonna be rereading it all through this year again. I can't believe I almost forgot you. I'm so sorry, you guys. I literally almost forgot one of the most important books I was going to talk about. The Daily Stoic. I will link a copy of this from a couple different stores. I'm going to try to link indie stores if I can, of where you can buy that book from. But definitely read The Daily Stoic this year. The Daily Stoic is 100% a recommended read for me. The Daily Stoic is just this great book of like reminding, grounding statements. It's really easy to read. If you just want to increase your reading this year, just read a page-a-day book like The Daily Stoic. It's great. You know, you get one more book on your list for just reading a page a day. You have a happy new year, and thanks for watching this with me. And tell me your 2020 favorites in the comments. Thanks. Like, share, and subscribe, and all the good vibes. Bye, guys.